The last thing that we're going to look at is the ribs and the sternum. This is a rib. You have 12 ribs on each side. So if you look at a rib, you can see it runs like this. This end right here, which has this little bump on it right there, this end articulates with the vertebra. And if you go to this end, it articulates with the cartilage of the sternum. So looking right here, the structures to know are the head right there that articulates with the vertebra, the tubercle right there that articulates with the sternum, and then this is called the shaft, this whole part right here. The whole rest of it is the shaft. And then the shaft articulates with, like this, oops, right there, with the costal cartilage, which then articulates with the sternum. There are 3 kinds of ribs. There are 2 kinds of ribs, and then one kind is divided into 2 others. Let me be more clear. There are 7 true ribs. True ribs articulate directly with the sternum via costal cartilage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They go directly to the sternum via the costal cartilage. There you go. Ribs 8, 9, and 10 are false ribs, 8, 9, and 10. You can see how their 3 costal cartilages right here come together, and then that articulates with the sternum. And it joins with the costal cartilage of rib 7. Finally, there are 2 more ribs, the floating ribs, number 11 and 12. Floating ribs, number 11 and 12, do not articulate with the sternum. So 2 kinds of false ribs. Ribs 8 through 10, we just call them false ribs. They articulate with the sternum via the cartilage of rib 7, and then ribs 11 and 12, which do not articulate with the sternum. I'm going to get an image that shows these ribs because I don't have an intact skeleton here at home to walk through that with you. And I will post that on Brightspace. Finally, there's the sternum, your breastbone. The sternum is composed of 3 fused bones. Most superiorly, the manubrium, the body, and then this bit down here, the xiphoid process. When you do the Heimlich maneuver on someone, you put your fists right about here, and you're in danger of breaking that xiphoid process, and it can go into the liver and cause intense bleeding. So, manubrium, body, xiphoid process. And then between the manubrium and the body, there's this little ridge. You can see a line right here. That line is called the sternal angle. Clinically, you'll probably learn it as the angle of Louis. I would accept either on an exam, so sternal angle or angle of Louis. And you're going to use that as an anatomical landmark to listen to the heart when you get to that in your nursing classes. Manubrium, body, xiphoid process, sternal angle or angle of Louis.